All right, good evening, Facebook. Johnny Davis here, and I am super excited to share this information with you all. Today is the day, and now is the time. I am revealing my African ancestry results. So, let me see if we have a few people that's going to join us really quick. This is going to be really cool. Really cool. All right. So I see we have Darla D watching. Hey, Darla. Good to see you. Guys, this is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited to reveal my African roots. And let me just kind of give you the backdrop really quickly before I share with you exactly what the results are. I was inspired by a gentleman by the name of Henry Louis Gates. I don't know if how many of you are familiar with Henry Louis Gates, but he's a gentleman. He's a Harvard professor, and he also is a historian. And he actually had a show that he was doing a few years ago called Finding Your Roots. And I was watching all of those shows. I was watching all the people that he was helping discover their roots. He was going back into their family history, finding their African DNA, and just building their family trees, and just really showing them the origin of their existence. And I'm like, man, this is incredible. You know, how cool would that be? How cool would that be for me to be able to get that type of information? And so that was the catalyst behind me being interested in finding out exactly what my DNA results are. And so, quick story, Rachel, she knew exactly how bad I really wanted to know. So last year for my birthday, she went and got the Ancestry.com test instead of the African Ancestry.com test. There's two different tests, guys. So I took that test, and what it does and what it reveals the region of the western part of Africa where mostly all of us came from. If you're African American in this country and you're a descendant of a slave, that's where we all came from. The Ghana, Ivory Coast, Benin, Togo, Nigeria, Cameroon, that whole area, like all of that area. If you look at a map, they're all right next to each other. So that's pretty much where most of us came from. All of us came from, right? So it'll give you a percentage, but it doesn't tell you exactly which tribe of people that you share DNA with. Like, these are your people. So when I took the Ancestry.com test, it told me that I was 36% Cameroon, I was 31% Benin, Togo, so on and so forth. But I wanted to know the other stuff. I really wanted to know, who are my people? You know, why do I look this way? And so on and so forth. So fast forward, got the Ancestry, the African Ancestry.com test, because I wanted to know specifically what group of people I share DNA with, that when I go there, I can look up these people, I can go to wherever it is, and I can say, these are my folks, these are my people, I'm home, okay? And I can share these results with everyone in my family, because I took the Matra clan test. And so what this particular test does, they analyze the DNA for your mother's, and it goes between 500 to 2,000 years. So it predates slavery in this country. So it's amazing, the technology, the information that's out there. So I wanted to give you that kind of backdrop as to how I got to this point and why I wanted to know. I really wanted to know because I think it's so important, especially as African Americans. It is absolutely imperative that, it's just my opinion, it's imperative that you know where you come from. You know, and I have a lot of friends that are Ghanaian, Nigerian, Liberian, and I always was a little jealous of them because they always knew exactly where they were from. They understood, they had their language and customs and culture and everything. And I was like, that is so cool. That is really cool. So now I get a chance to really participate as well. So I'm going to read to you guys what my results are. And as you can see, here it is. It may show up backwards on your end, but it says welcome to the African Ancestry family. All right. So I'm going to read to you what it says here, right? So excuse me for looking down. Are you guys ready? All right. I'm fired up. I'm all like butterflies on the inside. So, all right, it is with great pleasure that I report our master clan analysis successfully identified your maternal genetic ancestry By analyzing your mitochondrial DNA sequence, we have determined that you share a maternal genetic ancestry with people living in 2 countries today. The Bubi people in Bioko Island, that's Equatorial Guinea, and Takar, Hausa, and Fulani people in Cameroon. Wow. Wow. It says here, this combination of HBR variants determines your membership in haplogroup L2A1. This sequence similarity score represents our 100% confidence level in your result. So there it is. I am Cameroonian. The Bubi people in Bioko Island, Equatorial Guinea, Takar, Hausa, Fulani people in Cameroon. So that explains my cheekbones, and that explains my nose, and it explains the lips. And wow, this is really cool. So I can go to this place, I can go to Cameroon, and I can see the people, right? I can see the people, and I can wrap my arms around them, and I can say, I'm home. These are my people. Yes, I'm not just from New Jersey. I just don't live in Charlotte. You know, I know my mom and dad originated their roots in the South, but when you go back to the origin of where we all come from, I think everyone should really know the origin of where you come from. Because when you know the origin of where you come from and you can reconnect, I think it's very important for us to reconnect. Because right now, let me tell you, I feel empowered. I feel inspired. I feel like, man, I'm a whole new person because I know exactly who I am and where I came from, you know, from the very, very beginning. Like I said, not just I was born in New Jersey and I live here in Charlotte. My parents are from the South. I'm talking about the origin, the very, very beginning. And it's something very inspiring and uplifting to know that. And I just encourage you guys for those of you that are thinking about taking this test, you want to go ahead and do that. I would encourage you to do that. I think everyone should know. Every single person should know. So how many of you have taken the test, and how many of you are Cameroonian as well? I see my Cameroonian brother Shabaka Amen out there. We got to get together, my brother. See, listen, this is this is so cool because now I can reach the people. I can shake your hand and I can say, my brother, and really mean like my brother, seriously. Like it's not just a term of endearment, but my brother. Wow. So I see we have Carl Bampo. What's up, brother? Hey, dog. What's good? What's good with you, man? Good to see you. That's my Ghanaian brother right there. And I can't see who else is who's all popping in, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shabaka says, guess where the people from Cameroon come from? Where did the people come from in Cameroon? This is so awesome. The excitement is contagious. This is so great. Absolutely. Yes. I mean, there's so much information in here. There's so much more research for me to do. I have to really study the people, the Bubi people. I have to study the Takar, the Hausa, the Fulani. I have to study now. I gotta really learn as much as I can and thoroughly immerse myself in all things Cameroon, in all things culture-wise, in all things music and food and everything. So he said the original people come from Egypt. How about that? How about that? That is fantastic. So, man, this is great. I'm stoked. I'm fired up. So guys, that's it. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you for sharing this moment with me right now. This is awesome. Awesome. 100% Cameroonian, Bubi people, Bioko Island, Equatorial Guinea, Takar, Hausa, Fulani people in Cameroon. So yes, awesome. So guys, find out if you want to know. I would encourage you to get the test, take the test, and find out exactly your origin, who you are, right? And now, guess what I can tell my mom? Guess what I can tell my mom? That there is no Indian in our family. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that growing up. Well, we got Indian in our family. You know, like, you know, your great-great-grandmother was Cherokee. According to this, no, she wasn't. No. In fact, less than 3% of African Americans in the United States actually have Native American DNA. Less than 3%. So he said the Bamalik of Cameroon, Egypt, in the latter part of 9th century AD. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. You know who's also Bamalik? I just saw this today. Taraji P. Henson is also Cameroon. In fact, you know who else is from Cameroon, Cameroonian descent? You have Anthony Anderson, you have Oprah Winfrey, you have Don Cheadle, you have Blair Underwood, you have Wanda Sykes, and there's some other people that I can't think of at the moment right now. I just happen to be, you know, looking at some stuff before because my cousin who I located via Ancestry.com, because Ancestry.com brought us together. My cousin did this. He took the African Ancestry test, and his DNA actually revealed the same results as well. And so when he told me about it, because I never heard of African Ancestry, so when he showed me his certificate, I was like, wow. So I started looking up all of the people in Cameroon. I started looking up all the famous people that were Cameroonian, and I just remember their names. Well, Oprah's Liberian. Well, she's under the, when I look at the images, she was under the image for Cameroon. So that's what it said. But I stand corrected if she's Liberian. Okay, awesome. But all I know is that I'm Cameroonian. I know what I am. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. This was fun. I waited so long to get this information, but I'm really excited. I'm fired up. So now I can't wait to get on the phone and call my sister and call my brothers and let them know, listen, this is who we are. You guys need to go do some research and learn about the culture, learn about our people, because these are our people. And of course, you know, the next thing is Rachel and I are going to we're going to plan a trip to go to Cameroon, and we're going to spend some time in that region. We're going to meet the people, and we're going to have a fantastic time just reconnecting. That's what it's all about. So, Shabaka, my man, good to see you, my brother. I appreciate you. We got to get together, man. We got to connect, seriously. And everyone else, you guys have a fantastic evening. God bless all of you. Take care.